Question 1a, you're given the density for x, y, and z. And if you look at it, you will notice that z has the largest density. So if you look at this diagram, note that if you put an object into a liquid, if the object is denser than the liquid, it will sink. So therefore, z sink in this liquid, so Z must be the densest object, okay? And then the one that floats, of course, will be the least dense object. So whenever you're given questions like that, the one right at the bottom is the one that's densest. So that's why the answer is X, Y, Z, because least dense to less dense, to most dense. And then the next question is a question on particulate model. You are given a heating curve. And in this heating curve, you can see that the temperature increased from A to B, then it becomes constant. So basically, this is a heating curve. So a heating curve will be from solid to liquid or liquid to a gas, right? And we know that AB would be a solid because there are two horizontal portions. Now, each of these horizontal portion refers to a change in state because whenever there is a change in state, there will not be a change in temperature. So when you boil liquid and so on, so take note, when there is a change in state, the temperature remains constant. All right, the temperature will not change. So when you boil water, it stays at 100 until the last drop of water has been boiled. So when you melt ice, right? So when you melt ice, the temperature will also remain constant until the last bit of ice has been melted. So BC refers to the melting process, and DE then refers to the boiling. You need to melt before you can boil. So because now there are two horizontal portions, so you know you will melt, and this is boiling. So melting will be from solid, this part will be liquid, and then you boil, this part will be a gas. So part 1 says that a mixture of liquid and gas, that is at DE, because this is when you're boiling. So some of the liquid has boiled, some have not. So DE is the process, is the portion where you have both liquid and gases. Every time you see a horizontal portion, there are always a mixture of two states. And the next part asks you to describe the particles at EF. So EF refers to this part here. So this is the part where it is a gas. So basically they're asking you to describe the movement. So be very careful. Are they asking you to describe the forces, the structure, and so on? In this case, movement. So focus your answer on movement. So the movement will be random at high speed. Both need to be written to score your mark. And the next question is a calculation for density. And so the volume, the trick here is they say there are 7 identical aluminum balls. So in this case, after you put in 7, this is a new volume. So you subtract the density. Either you take the volume of 7 balls, which is 70, divide by the mass of 7 ball, because they said one mass is 27, right? So you times 7. Another way of doing it is you can take 27 and then you divide by the volume of 1 ball, so which is 70 divided by 10. That's another way of doing it. You'll get the same answer. And the last one is a conversion question.